can continue here. FURIA on the T side of Inferno. And out the gates we go with 3 sets of utility. Gary, Queserato, and Art all equipped with some goodies. And on the other side, PRT and Maluki, they've got some nades of their own. The 1x bet odds have blown out a little bit here to favor FURIA. Chipping their way up Banana. If they continue on this course right now, there's only one man to deal with over towards the B bomb site, and that is malbs, and the smokes are being lined up. Nice, easy ones right here. Oh, okay, making sure they're doubly happy with that. Dark Molly here from Queserato, going to go nice and deep. The smokes fly out.
Wow, guys, got a full BX check with 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, and a flash for good measure. A third for the after plan. This is nerdy, and it's working. I mean, the only question mark I have, Chad, is about the retake, and it's about Banana. With 4 players charging down Banana, Queserato with no backup as it currently stands. How do they go for this? A perfect pop flash. yuurih down. If they find Queserato quickly, they're going to run out of time. Oh, the flashbang! It leaves them with nothing. Great play for FURIA, and Queserato bailed out on the push. malbs does have enough bullets. He has plenty as he taps away 2 heads. It's Queserato with it all. An ace out of the Glock. And he looks so fierce.
All headshots. All headshots. Check that one out. The flash return from Art thinking on his feet, and then Queserato lining him up, knocking him down. Look how blind they are here.
Yeah, okay, that looked great. This looks better. I mean, the first, the second, and the third in such quick succession. What a clutch. That's a recovery.
That's huge right there. You think TeamOne, they got it all worked out.
Oh, man, malbs was heating up. He was on a heater as well.
Yeah, Vinny missed a shot or 2. Hits a scorcher, and then Queserato does that. All right, well.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, as if TeamOne couldn't feel any more hard done by. I think they might now. Tiny gap he's playing with, trying to tap away at that Jigglydeeg.
That's Jigglypuff's brother.
The Jigglydeeg. Just imagine a Pokemon whipping out a full 50 caliber pistol.
What's up now, Pikachu?
Yeah, exactly. Jigglydeeg! Just firing off 1 bangs.
Lovely high-pitched voice. Yeah. All right, curious little util exchange here. Art's going to push through, of course. Would you expect anything else? And up and over he goes.
2 or 1. Well, that's 1.
Let's call it 2.
And he disappears off, taking as much space as he possibly could.
No, maybe 1. Do you remember there was like, if you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you got to go through it?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
It sounds about right.
Something to do with a hill?
Yes. You can't go over it, can't go under it, go through it.
Maybe I don't remember. You
can't go through it.
It feels like it's like I'm gonna Google that.
Well, when we were doing the fruity thing, I googled apple of my eye just because I wanted to know the definition.
You're the apple of my eye.
Was that like a
my honey bun sugar?
Oh, that one. Apple of my eye apparently means refers in English to something or someone that one cherishes above all others.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was something about
a significant
affection.
Other. Yeah.
Didn't know exactly what it meant.
Well, Vinny not letting them hold on to too many of those goodies. He's being a bit of a Grinch right now. Do we have a theme for this one?
Never have I ever.
That's the theme.
We're playing Never Have I Ever throughout the game.
How are we doing that?
Well, I hadn't put too much thought into it. It's Counter-Strike Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
Right?
It's not near as fun.
For example, never have I ever casted TeamOne FURIA before. Have I?
We could have done.
I could have.
We could have done
and we've got
when
nothing
they played
to drink.
last time.
Okay, it's not really.
We could do water to stay very hydrated.
I could drink my cold coffee. It's not quite.
It's not the iced coffee?
It could be.
Oh, that's right. You got a flat white, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I've just forgotten about it.
Yeah.
A couple of Kevlar vests, a couple of Deagles. They've won rounds like this before.
XNS did get 3 Deagles on a round like this, and this time he has a Galil. So maybe he gets 4 Galil kills.
That's how Counter-Strike works like that, I think.
Exactly like that. Nade exchange.
Uh-oh. malbs is looking set for a Deag. He's quick, and the flash was there, unfortunately. Nothing to report. And now FURIA can do what they do best, which is make a very strong case for the B take. 1 bullet would have done it. Art's finished off the job. And we can start thinking about round 4.
All right, so then now what if this changes? What if FURIA are just good?
Uh-huh.
Right? So Entropic got pushed. FURIA are good with 4.
FURIA, the best team in the group if they had drop.
Yeah, imagine.
Imagine.
And that means that like the TeamOne versus Gambler performance was just TeamOne playing well, but FURIA are just really, really good.
I guess we'll have answers later today as well.
Yes, that's
like,
very true.
Seeing how the Entropic boys fare in their second game.
Yeah, NIP, like, if you watch... You cheeky. Vinny will go down. You got to appreciate he's having fun with it. XNS does get to hold on to a Galil, so taking that away actually would have been quite nice. Regardless, I'm not sure how many ramifications it will have. Yeah, on Inferno, if you guys were watching that game, like 2 of the rounds on the CT side that NIP picked up were almost exclusively through device, hitting like a 3 or 4K. So I think I agree with Yanko when he's talking about the scoreline really doesn't reflect how dominant it was. Like, it was peak level, just a Liege running around bopping people, but remember there are no peaks. And Fallen doing just classic Fallen. Like, Fallen was just going for so many fights. Like, he was getting away with anything he wanted to go. Like, he was playing, and some of the shots Fallen was hitting was on the smallest of pixels. It was great to see. Yeah, the short shot.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Don't get me too wet for Fallen, because I really am a sucker for the Fallen show when he's on. Like, but is there potential that the fact that he's had enough time to fully take over as leader, or has it still been spotty? Has it still been like juggled between Stewie and Fallen? And I heard Jason alluding to the fact that juggling leadership has been a problem.
I think it's something that's been quite persistent ever since they got rid of Nitro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that within itself is a problem that would take some time to solve. I don't know if having a Dren back is, it's obviously helped. They look very good against NIP, but I don't know how much it's helped. I don't know if he's been able to come in and bring a resolution to that.
And if Fallen, with the reins, gets to set himself up for a few more of his signature maneuvers, remains to be seen. We'll get to see more from them. If you want to see more from Liquid, that's the last game of the day. Oh, hello, Maluki. Speaking of solid AWPing, that's Keserato catching one down Banana.
Well, straight up mid they go, and Art's going to be able to apply some pressure with this AWP. If he keeps prodding over towards the long side, he could catch malbs or pesadelo. Oh, and they'll find 2 kills. Gary with 1. Oh, my lord.
Into the AWP, no less. Gary making plays. Art getting aggressive, and if he doesn't finish his meal, it could get awkward. PRT, he knows there's one above him. He knows there was one above him. Spots the barrel, baited in. Gary, another. Some impact felt. Yuurih and Gary up against Pesadeo. Giving it all it's got. Walking in on that, I would imagine, Vesper position. I
think he wants the AWP.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and...
No kit, I suppose.
Yeah,
fair play.
We'd love to see him go for it, but everybody's just going to do the by-the-book stuff.
I know, but like, let's be by the book for the 1v3s. Let's be
Give
by
the
the book.
1v2s
Give
a chance,
the 1v2s a little poke.
Give him something. Give him something.
I completely understand why we're not, but it would have been
But we want to see it. The people at home want to see it. This is an entertainment product, after all.
Oh, right, yes.
Do you remember any... Yeah?
I was just going to bring up the fact that, it relevant to your pro players don't have peaks kind of tweet. Do you think that there is maybe not a majority, maybe I'm being a bit dramatic, but do you think there's a portion of the community that just straight up cannot appreciate how much better the pros are than the average player?
Well, maybe.
I mean, it does, because I always thought it was like football. Like, it makes sense just from the reason you're enjoying watching this is because when you go and kick the ball about with your mates, you go, holy shit.
You have an appreciation.
Look how hard this is,
Yeah.
Like, look how difficult it is for me to do this. And that's why we tune in and watch the people that have dedicated their lives to it, doing it really well.
Well, that's why, like, when you have an individual like Simple, who is head and shoulders the best player, boom! Oh, Maluki getting it done. I guess we have Zywu in the mix of that conversation. Yep. You have the Elisias, you have the Nikos, but those are the super elites, right? Those are the elites, and then you've got the elite of the elites. Like, there's levels to this. Let's see if... Yeah,
not being able to like distinguish between a malbs and an Elige.
We should be able to distinguish between a malbs and a Elige. I would hope so. There's quite a difference there.
It's 4-0. They're set up with some retake utility. So malbs, speak of the devil, is set up with his Deeg, and Keserato not really caring. And he jumps into Maluki's AWP.
That's 3. That's 4.
In quick succession. 4 total bomb lost. There's nothing left for the boy on short. And Vinny just going to commit to this. Exodus gives him nothing. PRT collects it. It is the hero, orb, and pistol round where TeamOne posts their first. If they can hold on to this, that is going to be worth its weight in gold.
So great entries there by malbsMd, right? Obviously the first one, he was able to do some damage previously with the big green. You've seen him in his first series against Gambit finding some impact. You saw him on Mirage just a map ago, having a bit of impact, but this right here is huge impact.
I mean, it's a dream, isn't it? When you've got one AWP in play to go A, get a kill, and then be on B for the B exec.
Yeah, and you know, so we sit there and we question whether pesadelo should have been saving the AWP or if he should have gone for it. Well, right there, you know, we get the instant response, right? So the proof is in the pudding.
Touche, touche.
They're still gonna have to work hard for this. FURIA have been able to get out another buy. You need to be careful, malbs.
Playing with his life.
Not too sure how much pressure they can withstand on this B bomb side again here. Ard and Keserado have already demanded a lot of respect.
This is malbsMd's frag all day of the week. Vinny actually just flashed himself across. I don't think malbsMd was holding. Okay, so whoops. Apps control foregone.
They've already used both smokes for the B defenders, so PRT and malbs don't have any smokes. They just have one molly to slow this push down and a couple of flashes. So they're both playing side here. If we get the two smokes that FURIA have, one towards coffins and one towards CT, they should be able to isolate the duel onto malbs. It's just about how many he can take with him.
PRT, this is the incendiary. Perfectly timed. 1, 2, disrespecting. And Gary isolated in the pool. If they could find another, which they have with the flames, that single incendiary has bought so much time. Now it's up to yuurih. The rotate's on its way. At least pesadelo in their position to deny the standard plan. Another one for TeamOne. Running out of opportunities here, FURIA, and pesadelo collects. Oh, all three heads with the Krieg. He's happy to get that weapon out of his hands, and instead, the double AWP to deploy for round 7.
Seemed like he just blindsided them there. He had no idea those kills would come. Just 1, 2, 3, simple as you like, and a great job stalling it out there. So there was no molly to extinguish. You can see Keserado unable to get out of the flames in time, will burn on down, and here's the first. There's the second, and well, the third came easy as well.
That was his incendiary as well. Was it PRT?
It was PRT's, yeah. PRT lobbed that, and then he swung out to try and buy some time for malbs. So he did a lot without doing a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're posted up. PRT should be very good for one here on the edge of the smoke, and a quick and snappy reaction saves him skin. Gary disrespecting and caught out, trying to beat them to the punch. Oh, a lovely work from PRT. He's not letting anything slip past his net here. And that is textbook. TeamOne collect.
All right, well, that is a great round to have. The one before as well, you consider how many casualties they had in the last few rounds. They've been keeping it clean, so they're working on this CT side of bank, and a timeout here from FURIA to discuss their options. Now, they have bought in with a Mac 10 on Keserado, so this is telling me that they're going to go for one of these half-buy operations. Next round was 2,900.
We need a new word for this half-buy, because it's not half-buy entirely. It's like we want to be threatening for 2 rounds straight. It's like we're going to make a convincing one. 2 people conservative buys.
Yeah, it's like a 1.5 buy.
Yeah.
Or
like we'll have rifles next round as well.
Keserado
and Gary will have AKs next round. 3/4 buy.
The thing is, it started right where I saw Keserado and yuurih invest into Mac 10s, and with 2,900 in the next round, they would have had enough money to buy.
Precisely.
Right, but then the other 3 just all went into rifles, which has completely reshaped the way this looks. So you may as well just call this a buy at this point, right?
Fair play. I don't know what malbsMd is going to have to report, because they're all charging into PRT's AWP, but he's dead. Run down. The spray is decent. Nice conversions. Wow, TeamOne, they had enough players there just to trade evenly and then some. yuurih yet to frag, so he's the last man up against 3. You can see how little information he has. He's forced to smoke himself out top mid.
Well, this would be one way to announce his presence in the server here. A nice little 1-on-3 to keep FURIA in the lead. Does have that bomb, right? So he is working with the package at least. The AK, great. The head armor too. The avenue that we can see right now that he is extremely unawares of is the fact that if he was to start strolling, he could get top mid control. Now with time, he also is able to isolate this B fight with a very noisy pesadelo. So yuurih has some options at his disposal here, and he's dropping out yet another smoke. So continuing to just throw a smoke and pick one up. He's grabbed another. He's just grabbed another. So he's at least kept TeamOne guessing, and he will be aiming to now turn his attention towards this A site. What's the next smoke you got for us, yuurih?
Yeah, smoke tutorials with yuurih. Rush is taking notes, frantically scribbling down. With Rush's script, where it's like, to the left of the brown smudge, a little higher up, but this is where the aerial meets the leaf. And where yuurih meets the plant, X and S. On notice, there's the smoke, and you can play around that, you know. There's a universe. yuurih at least tries to get it down. Yeah. malbsMd catches him as he emerges. So solid find. yuurih, fair play, good try.
It's curious to me with FURIA, when I saw those two MAC-10s, what that's telling me is they just want to run down the two orbs. That's why, like, if it was like a half purchase with Tech-9s and MAC-10s, you're probably going to get the same result as you get right now, is all the rifles just running into the car crash that was this banana fight. You can see PRT with those mollies.
Yeah, it's another
just
one
being a nuisance, isn't he?
He's been doing a lot of that, and it leads to these uneven trades and...
uneven buys.
Perfect transition.
Okay, so Gary's dropped an AK across here.
He's gone for the unarmored P250.
He's very selfless, old Gary, and it makes a lot of sense, right? That's what you're going to be expecting out of the coach.
Yeah.
Like, you become a... This is one of the situations where having your fifth player as a Sanji weapon disposal unit is fine.
Or a Spongy, if we're really rolling it back.
Really rolling back the years.
I remember the darkest hours for you, Chad, when you said you felt like a vending machine.
Yeah, that's when I retired.
That was it. That was when he handed in his resignation. Maybe Keserata's going to hand in a couple of bullets to the heads of TeamOne. He is good, and PRT down and out. Aggressive angle from malbsMd, tags up another. There's a lot of XNS's plate here, and he's right to be worried. malbsMd's AWP continues to keep the advantage even. Hard shot, still hits it. Looking like a competent author here, and the nade looks destined for success.
Look at all
the damage. yuurih and Gary's chances halved now, and there's more. The flames, perfect Molotov. yuurih working with 4 HP. This is theirs all day of the week, and it's just a question of collection. Good stuff out of the CTs. They make the A site solid lockdown.
Mopped that one up, didn't they? Got a bit messy for a second there, but malbsMd with some more very impactful AWPing. So another one of these odd FURIA buys goes shy, and, well, it all levels out in the end, doesn't it? They're able to get up 5 AK-47s. And like you said, they just kept more rounds threatening than otherwise the case, and, well, they still end up in the same place, I suppose. Everything being purchased on into. Let's see if there is a shift at all in the tone. We know FURIA, they like to go fast, they like to take the fight, and on Mirage, Art was the one getting a lot of space and getting a lot of impact. Do need to see yuurih starting to contribute. We know he's going to be locking things down on that CT side, but malbsMd confident as you like. A banana, we go again. It is just a car crash here, and this time 3 kills immediately in the feed. FURIA light him up, and they immediately bounce back with a round. That happened so quick.
Oh my God, it's 1 minute 30, Chad. That was a 25-second round.
Well, that's what we like.
I suppose.
Give us some action.
Yeah.
Some rumbles. Okay, well, I guess we can watch this one again.
Well, yeah, we can watch the whole round again before we even leave spawn.
That second one is just no way. Remember Keserata's ace on the pistol?
I do.
Yeah. Feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? He's up to 14 kills, so continuing this great form.
Give me that runaway FURIA run here. See if they can replicate something as quick as that. They won't be getting the fights on Banana. Instead, they'll be catching nades on Banana. A quick half-wall boost to get Keserata up. And
sector clear.
Yeah, exactly. Retake util from malbs. Very old-fashioned lineups.
Oh, he missed the molly as well. Don't worry about the molly. They just still get both kills, so they didn't make it as jarring as they like. That might have actually put FURIA forward for those fights. Gary's got a nice knife.
You call that a knife?
This is a knife. See, you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Oh, that molly is destined for success. At least the boosted position should guarantee maintained control. See the reactionary flash out of malbsMd. Doesn't even need his AWP at this point. He's just there to deploy that flashbang should he be required and called upon. As they cut noise, maybe he will cut the flash and start to float back to the A site. They've got a single flash of their own, Chad. I don't really know how you get a lot out of that.
If you throw it in the face of XNS,
as you pop out of apps,
then that's the only real shot. And the fact that malbsMd's rotating over towards library right now and PRT can also contribute from the moto position, they are going to need to hit some shots quick. 20 seconds, flashes out, here we go.
Oh, well-managed spray from PRT, leaving, Vinny, who's just tapped away a lovely headshot.
Time.
The AWP, however, still prominent and no hope, really. With 8 seconds left, they walk into malbsMd's scope. He'll collect a pair of frags, and TeamOne up to 6. This is FURIA's pick, so expectations certainly high, but with the string of defensive rounds from TeamOne, I mean, they managed to pull 5 in a row out of the board, or put it on the board, rather. That makes more sense. This time, yeah, just thrust forward by that incendiary. Maybe it missed or not.
You keep getting spam emails, like from like a
I do.
Antivirus software?
I get lots of spam emails, but I also think it's because we foolishly have our email address in our Twitter.
Please don't sign us up to any.
But you know how
spam
people just they type the word at so that the little scrapey bots don't.
Should we do that?
Maybe.
All right, well, we're going fast, Dave. If this one's quick, maybe we'll have time. And yuurih's down again. malbsMd, nothing but fluky.
Yeah, and again, FURIA operating with like an impossible disadvantage straight out of the gates. It's malbsMd for more. Keserato is next victim put on the floor. And very little hope for FURIA here. CTs are not going to over-rotate, I say, as they look to drop a smoke on Gary's position. He's got the bomb here, so Vinny trying to be convincing. It's far from it. The Gary 1v5? No, not to be. malbs controlling that nicely. Puts 7 on the board and pulling away now from FURIA. And they don't even have enough cash to splash for everyone. But we'll see a missing AK, at least for probably Gary, knowing how this has been going for them. Lovely frags out of malbsMd here, just on the edge of the smoke.
He's been great. He's been really good.
Bang.
Remember when they saved that AWP, they put it in his hands, and then he gets 4 kills, they put their first round on the board. Well, he's had, what, 3 more rounds since then? So we're talking maybe 4 rounds in total, maybe 5 that he's had multi-kills in. So his AWP, something to be feared right now if you are FURIA. Where's the car crash heading this time? More of a tempered pace out of FURIA this time round. Still pressing. Top mid seems to be on the docket for Art. Smoke denial should hold him back, and I say that with bated breath. It's Art. Maybe he just runs on through. You really would love to see yuurih get off the donut right now.
Yeah, you can't really afford to have a missing yuurih when you've got a stand-in already.
Yeah, so Gary's going to try and set up Keserato with this flash. Not going to peek off of it. Could be a little bit worried about an AWP around that corner. They bring a bounding Art over. A standard Inferno around here.
Front of sight smoke would enable Keserato to try and slip towards CT. Could be the play. Smoked off now, pesadelo on the mantle. Oh, pre-aimed, but still gets the frag. Keserato down, and Art's already had a big chunk taken out of him by the malbs shot as well. Back to A it will be. And Vinny, the one to go looking. malbsMd still good for them.
Been great.
Good for both.
Really good.
Never mind. FURIA cancel their plans, and it's courtesy of the malbsMd AWP. You fancy your chances, Art? I wouldn't. He wants more. He'll clear you out. He'll take you down. Is there anyone else? Any other victims? malbsMd, 16 frags and counting. Gary's cowering in spawn.
Oh, he does it first time. Look, Gary's showing off right now. Yeah, so all in all, again, and I want to keep this clear, malbsMd's AWP has been really, really good. He's getting away with murder, it feels like. It feels like there's so many angles that he's just able to peek without any trade potential. He's not being flashed off. And if they're not going to punish the AWPer, this is what he's going to do to you every day of the week. So 8-5 the score now reads. Here comes the trade. He's more than ready. Go for that swing. See you later. And the woes continue. Is going to be an investment coming out of FURIA. That AK given across, yuurih's into a Galil, so everybody's been able to get a weapon at least.
They got a boatload of flashes. I mean, everybody's gone for a double flash. Let's see if they choose to implement them effectively. So you can see that early fight. No incendiaries out of the CTs this time, so I suppose that's a conscious decision. Pesadelo still has his. Malb still has his. So double incendiary, double smoke B defense. It will slow FURIA if they're not quick about this.
Yeah, if they try and go for a B pounce, you bang on. Like, they have to get the timing, right? So one of the things that you can aim for here is maybe faffing about with their nades, or you catch them off guard. If you pounce immediately and you're happy to run through their molly, you're going to have to extinguish here, FURIA.
Ooh, pesadelo making a choice. Opts to spray the smoke, and Art's through. malbsMd not expecting. Classic Art. He strikes again. Usually good for the pair. And now pesadelo distracted. It leaves malbs isolated. Art has found two. And FURIA should have the site here locked down. They have to check him, and they will. Easy as that. Call it 6.
Well, they caught him off guard. That's what they needed to do, right?
You nailed it. I thought that was a lockdown B site, especially with the amount of util and weaponry. But yeah, easy as that. PRT.
Do they really give this a go?
XNS. It looks like they want to.
The money's there. I understand why. Oh. And it didn't look like they were going to have any chance of that at all. So they lose that round. Now, you can see the cash reflected here for the final round of playing the first up. They're swimming in it, right? And that's one of the big reasons why they even give that an attempt. Maybe you would have considered playing for exits. I know that it was, you know, the rifles that they picked up from those dead bodies, but either way.
Yeah, but you see how effective that was. As soon as you get a player through that CT smoke. Oy, oy, oy.
Just being a bit of a hoodlum right there. Just wrecking house.
Yeah, completely under the skin. Your most influential player caught with his knife out. And speaking of influence, PRT's found an opening. Charging down mid with the AUG, and he's taken a scalp. Vinny down. Now you really need to see a yuurih frag in the feed.
Yeah, he got one of those lucky ones there at the tail end of that last round. Now he actually needs to claw them back one. He's not in a position of aggression right now. He's setting up his top mid players of Gary and Art. Quesarado still tending with Banana, and this utility, it has just caged FURIA's aggression here. As it fades, Art starts having a little bit of a look, but this is such a passive stance right now over towards A. TeamOne have just cleared out top Banana. That is going to force the rotation of malbs and malukis. So there was a timer on this.
Oh, PRT. He's going to get so blind. They're going to try and nutmeg with a little flash from Art. His angle at the moment, very unfavorable. He pulls away as it fades. Safe and sound now. And maluki's AWP, does have potential to be questioned here. They want him, and malbsMd's still good for it. That's the bomb now long. malbsMd plays ahead of the smoke. So much pressure now on Gary. He's being hunted, and that's the shot malbsMd had to hit. He's confirmed it. Looks like 9 now for TeamOne. Just Art and yuurih to defend. The potential for a 7th here from FURIA, and it's not coming easy. Too many targets. Art doesn't get a chance to bolt. And TeamOne, a 7 round separating them from extending play into a 3rd map. It's a big one for TeamOne, and they're in a position to strike.
Hey, Future Pros. Sometimes...
Certainly for TeamOne and their fans gathered to watch as they clash with FURIA, and albeit FURIA with a limp, not that the individuals aren't showing up that are in attendance. Quesarado's looked frisky, Art's looked risky, yuurih's been absent, and Vinny's been doing exactly what Vinny does best, bounding around, and Inferno certainly hasn't come alive just yet. Maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of him on the defense. Chad Birchall's here, your resident expert and favorite streamer. That's if you have a adult body clock and are waking up at 8 AM.
I didn't stream this morning. I slept in.
That's good. That's self-care. Set your boundaries. And, oh good God, the whole squad are wrapping around short.
There's no one in A. The open runway here is only really yuurih to greet them, and oh, the way things are going, I could have seen that one fluffed. yuurih gets an essential kill. Now the retake can start.
Yeah, the bomb's not even planted, mate.
I guess the retake can start.
Now it's a retake, technically now. Here they come, and there they go. Another one from yuurih. They're in so much trouble, dude. There's so many angles. Ah, there's too many men.
So many smokes.
Too many CTs, and now only Pesadelo. Multiple targets, and it's only the one. That ends almost as quickly as it started.
Well, yuurih's going to forget about that first half, apparently, because he just gets 4 kills in the pistol round here. That's an impact round. That's an impact play. And they're going to find themselves now sailing into the second half. If FURIA are able to kick this one off in style.
Is Keserato... Yeah, so him and Maluki are the only players in the server to have broken double-digit frags, and they're both nearly at 20.
Okay, well, look, we knew that Keserato got 5 on the pistol, right? So he had a lot of impact at the start of the game. Maluki, I think, as soon as we saw that spree of rounds coming in for TeamOne, he was having multi-kills just consistently.
Yeah, and oopsie on my point as well. I didn't catch malbs, and PRT have actually broken that barrier as well. 13 and 10 for them. Oh, and Art bringing out that second round AWP to success. PRT does not get longer than about 10 seconds into the 17th round before he's forced to watch this one play out.
Yeah, Maluki had 6 multi-kill rounds in that first half. 6, and they managed 9 rounds, so you can definitely spot where his impact was. Should be set for success here. We've seen a couple of shots on that jumping position get slammed into the back wall of Banana throughout EPL. And yeah, we've kind of just been getting the cobwebs off, haven't we? We had the tournament break. And now coming out of the tournament break, everyone's getting back into action, seeing how teams have shaped up, who's been cracking the roster changes. Lots of fun. Hopefully we get that major coming up in early October. Great to see who's going to be in attendance for that.
Yeah, and we already just got like a little litmus test of form over at IEM Cologne as well, so you got a good idea of who your front runners are. Okay, well, the Eagles made some headway into A. And yeah, Pesadelo is my one hope. I've got a little bit of a belief in the Pesadelo.
Just a little bit, though.
It was a little bit.
It was a little bit.
It was like, it was what, about 3 centimeters.
3 centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my hope glass.
Your hope glass, which is half full.
Usually.
Okay.
Usually.
Well,
definitely.
that's more of an optimistic outlook.
I strive to be.
You know, they say, I don't know if this is true, this is probably like something I read on like a Cosmopolitan headline or something like that.
You use the donut around the...
No. I think that's the grapefruit. But they were talking about how optimistic people tend to be late more often.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because they're like, yeah, it's going to be fine. You know, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Also, just ADD's concept of time is very warped.
Okay.
Very no 2
minutes is not 2 minutes.
It doesn't mean anything.
All
It
right.
means nothing.
All
It's entirely subjective. Art has found a lovely opener. And there could be more around the corner. If they do want to flash through this smoke,
yuurih
Art was considering it. What is yuurih thinking about?
He's still in boiler, so if they drop back from mid, or even if they thrust forward, he's set up for a couple of kills here.
He wouldn't go around the world on him, would he?
I don't think he needs to. He can just come out late.
Yeah. Gary. Oh, prime position to distract. He's done a good bit of damage. That'll lead them to look for him, and that's
loose.
the bomb lost on the haystack. It's falling apart for TeamOne here. 1 for Pesadelo. I'd need to see more. They've got the site, but they don't have the bomb, and that really cost them. Pesadelo on the retrieval. He'll have heard that. Gary plays the waiting game, but Pesadelo delivers a hard one for Art to pull across the line, and now play on. Oh, dear. Gets the info on it. Will convert thanks to Vinny. Oh, but Pesadelo quick to the draw, and he can find a second. That's some great shots out of Pesadelo.
Huge.
Saves TeamOne's hide there, and it was falling apart so quickly in the opener.
And it felt like a bit of a bonus round there for FURIA, but actually the money reflects that they're still going to be in an awkward position. So all in all, even though it looked good for moments there, yuurih up close and personal, the opening kill here for Art. TeamOne walk away with a huge round. You see the bomb getting dropped on the hay card. You have to start wondering, how's he going to get through? And this one, oh, look at that.
4 in total from Pesadelo. You need those stars to be delivering.
Oh, Gary ain't happy with that one. You can tell. Because if he gets that kill, right, so frustration manifesting on the coach's face.
Is this a replay or is this just a different round? Okay, Art's got away with it again.
Yeah, he's. I think he saw all the impact Maluki was having with the CT side 0.0. I can do that too.
Ah, yes. And the standard Mag 7 AWP crossfire.
It's the douche combo, they call this.
Both of these are going to douche. Here it comes. Scud. Skadoosh! Oh, okay. Art's got him. And the close quarters warp is still in play. Good God, he's getting isolated here. The smoke jump out. There you go. Pesadelo's got himself some room. 2 versus 4, though. Smoked off the short side AWP. Maluki goes looking. There's way more than he bargained for there. And Art, lovely aggressive move from him to confirm it. FURIA bite back.
Wonder what Gary's reaction looked like after that one. Are the headphones now snapped in half?
Yeah, or just, he's eating it. He's chewing the leather now.
Well, they get the round, and Art's going to have to continue to do artful things. What's he up to? 16 kills for him now.
That's good. It's on him in my book. It's not the head. I'll give him that. XNS did the job for him, though.
Yeah, the TK was very friendly. So I guess it's a forced Team K. Gary forced the TK.
Yes, yes. A forced error.
Get him, Gaza.
Actually, his name is pronounced Gazar. Oh! Okay, let's get 20. Quesarato's farming, and it's been denied. He only gets the 1. FURIA have definitely got a little bit of speed in this one. They are charging to hunt this final frag. They don't want Pesadelo to get any more, and he has. 10-10.
9 kills for yuurih in 5 rounds of play.
There you go. That's the recovery you needed.
Yeah, so you can completely forget about that first half performance, right? You just now look in how much impact has he had. 4 kills on the pistol, a couple of other multi-kill rounds here now on this CT side. And they're really starting to pound down TeamOne, who are left in a position where they can buy, they can purchase. I've
seen Gary on this Mag 7 before. Last time he was standing in for FURIA, I seem to remember the Mag 7 was a very prominent feature on his buy patterns.
Okay.
Whips it out on CT sides. He was playing Hut on Nuke, I believe.
All right.
So he's had a lot of practice with it. It's his signature weapon. And with 21 ADR at the moment, he's not been having a flying start. But that shotgun ready to pump the rest full of... what's it called?
Pellets?
Shrapnel. The spread, it's all the bibblies and bobblies. Pellets.
Pellets. Shotgun pellets?
Yeah.
I think.
Must have been another word at the tip of my tongue. Either way.
I don't know. I'm not a gun specialist.
Nor am I. But when you live with Henry G, you end up watching lots of gun range videos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Guns scare me.
Oh, me too. They're just giant murder dildos.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't need more than a Glock, really, do you?
I don't think you need anything. We banned him in Australia.
Quesarato on the hunt, and they just take contact at the same time. More impact from yuurih here, Chad.
I know where he is.
They do. And they're starting to commit around him, which is the right choice. They've walked straight into an open A site. yuurih, yeah, they know he's in apartments. Gary looking the wrong way. Oh, nearly 2. Vinny may have bailed him out of trouble here.
Still a hard round to win. Vinny low, up on the retake here. They have kits, they have smokes, but how are you going to break into this?
It might be yuurih. I mean, he's poking and prodding. It's malbs that's holding him at bay. It's not an easy shot to hit by any stretch of the imagination. And
I think they're calling the save.
Yeah,
Alex.
look at Vinny.
I hate to say it. It really just feels like they're calling the save here.
I mean, it would start coming into the next with nothing.
Yeah, look, this is the right call to make here, but you could see how close they were, right? Gary doesn't get caught blindsided. yuurih's able to contest a bit more before they just run into the site, but a little bit of quicker pace there from TeamOne, and they just brute force in. So we'll call this round all over. 11 now posted. TeamOne continue to just keep themselves in the smallest of leads, and this is their second round now on the second half. Everybody does survive. PRT just. And look, they carry across 1 Galil, but able to have an AK and an M4 as well. So not too many dramas there, but TeamOne are not swimming with cash. Gary, again, obviously making sacrifices here. And this is where this is going to start to get difficult, guys, because look, it's one thing, right, to be able to hide a player or to have him contribute. If you remember Overpass yesterday, Gary was the highest frags for his team on Overpass, right? He was AWPing, he was getting it done, he was finding impact. Here, it's a different story. Now, whether that was just, you know, like, first game, you get that luck, you know, they say, okay, hold up a second. Maluki, that was so quick.
Yeah, Hart's done very well to, like, cage him. But the B commit right now would be world-ending.
Yeah, like, Art's good, but you're asking for him to do so much. Gary's rotating over, but he only has that deagle, right? You have Flash with him, but he's here just as a body.
Yeah. But if you cut noise for like 20, 30 seconds, suddenly... Oh, Art, what are you up to, bro? They're going to use Gary as a scout. Is there anyone still there? Do I need to be worried? Yes, is the answer. Gary gets 1. converts off the frag, and that's kept the numbers level. They want to extinguish, they want to go. Art's found an angle he's very happy with to post another on the AWP too. So far, Molotov's out of position, dancing around the smokes, doing what he does best. And now, with the spray from yuurih to suppress, it's pesadelo from the top rope. RKO out of nowhere. And they can pause, get the bomb down when they feel a release of pressure. If Keserato went down, that would have been the release, but now Pesadelo's options are limited. Tucked into the second box. Know where you are. Pesadelo, nade on the nose, a quick shot onto yuurih. He's ready for this, and he knows where Keserato's coming from. Unfortunately for him, time is not on his side. The smoke for him to walk up on and play around. Keserato thinking about it. Pesadelo only has to hit one more. This would be a big clutch. FURIA saved for this, and Keserato saves them in the 1v1. Fine margin separating these two.
You love the move, though, right? He's using that smoke against Keserato, trying to use it as a way for him to get into a different angle, aware of the jump up, aware of the cusp of that smoke, but just picked the wrong angle at the wrong time and unable to convert what would have been a huge clutch. That would have been a massive clutch, just considering the circumstances of that round.
Yeah, even hitting that shot onto yuurih as well. And it started brilliantly. malbsMd does get one. Art forced off into a passive line. Gary is the one that actually gets set up by the Art flash. Pesadelo, however, did leap into Art before things got out of control. It was the lovely conversions here. And just in the 1v1, couldn't pull it across the line. Keserato too smart, too good. Oh, that's a lot more than he bargained for on the peak. Loses a lot of his health in the process. But spotted a lot second mid, bomb included in that. And Art's posted up in response. Oh, bad smoke. Don't know if it's deliberate. It might be.
Looks like it was intentionally thrown that way, but it's hard to tell because they're coming on through.
They don't care. They really don't care. And Art, second guessing his decision to rotate. He's getting jumped on. Oh, and a leg shot. Courtesy of Exonas. He's been practicing his hops.
Oh, but it's just Gary. It's just Gary over towards B. If they go a mid to B here right now, it's this man with a Mag 7 all alone.
A Mag 7 for the B-Rap hold. It's not known to be a mix that favors him. Vinny re-aggressing. PRT keeps him honest. There you have it. Gary locks down the banana. So now the T's have a decision to make. And it kind of hinges on them being fed frags. You can see Exodus and Pesadelo have not moved a muscle.
Yeah, they did this on Mirage, remember? They get territory. This is a different type of territory, but they pause. And you feel like PRT should be using this smoke while it's up to grab that bomb. The fade is about to come in here, and that's actually forced yuurih back as well. So all three of them are now able to put pressure on this B bomb site where Gary doesn't really reside. He's calling banana clear. It's like they're giving up the avenue of the mid to B, and it might even just be a save call. The money just isn't there for FURIA to risk this, and as much as it seemed like a contestable round for a moment, TeamOne have gone the path of least resistance. They've made it into the B bomb site. They'll get that down and they'll call it done.
Yeah, and that's a product of the cut noise when it works. It looked a lot more sane. You know, sometimes in that Mirage game, obviously, we have the luxury of a full overview and X-ray. At times, it came back to bite them just because it led to a time for the CTs to get the read, clear out the alternatives, and to be in the right place.
One of the things that is going to be very, very difficult if you are a team going up against FURIA with a coach standing in is the way that they're either going to have different faces on their CT setups to bolster a bomb site that you may go, okay, well, Gary's playing here, let's use that as a weakness, or to keep, you know, moving that AWP around. They can do a lot more things in flux here, and FURIA are already a team which is difficult to read at the best of times. You know they're going to be aggressive, but in what formation? Well, that's a whole different kettle of fish. Bomb goes off, and back and forth we go. The tit-for-tat rounds now been continuing for the last 4. Just lying in wait there.
Yep, I'm definitely going to be whipping out some jumping Mag 7s, just as an ode to Gary tonight.
I think that the Mag 7 is probably the best gun you can get out of a big crate in Danger Zone.
That's the best gun you can
Rush should probably, well, no, like you can get an AWP and M4 from the drop crates, but I reckon like
when you're bumping, you think the Mag 7?
You just land and you just doosh and they're instant dead.
Yeah, it's satisfying for sure.
Oh, they save the AWP. Art gets that again. How much more impact can he find? Ouch.
Art again, he's so good at keeping things level, but malbsMd Head on a swivel, quick tap, easy find, and B is open for business.
Yeah, and at some point here, you're going to have to start contesting FURIA. I think this is one of those rounds now, and yuurih blind through the smoke, headshot onto pesadelo. That's going to slow down the push. It's allowed Serato to get over here as well, and yuurih wouldn't go for another woody. More bullets through the smoke. This time, not lethal damage done.
Yeah, smoked off completely, and bomb now planted. You said FURIA have to go for one of these. I don't know how encouraging this one's going to be. Gary's somehow supposed to take Banana with a USP and a Mag 7. The flash has been eaten.
He's keeping one busy at least. That might open up the other two to go for the site fights.
Good luck, have fun, mate. Bang, tag. Looking for another. Gary tags him up heavily. Unfortunately, nothing to report, and this will peter out for FURIA. They found the Luki. They know the Banana side. They'd have killed for a smoke. Fake, hard shot, need another.
Oh, they got him.
Oh, and just enough time as well. What a recovery out of FURIA.
Gary actually paid in huge there, like dividends. Like he's just paid out. The info right there, as soon as they took the AWP down, they knew where both players were. I know we didn't get a kill. I know I'm getting excited about that, but FURIA, they went for a retake.
They did.
We don't get that very much these days.
And a successful one at that, Chad. You can see TeamOne's finances. They're battered and bruised. Look at the time on this as well. So first fake, both looking at the right corners. Gary's information translates into a victory there as they both, like they can't just call the bluff. It's too close on the clock. They both swing out. The duels are won, and it is a tough one to lose for TeamOne.
Not again.
So close.
Surely not again. Oh, no. Surely not again, Alex.
No, we've had enough of those.
It can't go like this. We can't have these oh dear days every day with TeamOne in the server. 24 kills for malbsMd. I think he had 18 within that first half. He's trying to find some impact here on this second half. Pesadelo's had some moments. But here we go. Timeout again called. Discussions had. Buys are in. Hard to separate these two. And the buys, well, very similar here. Galil's in majority for TeamOne. The rifles are out for FURIA, but they do have a FAMAS and a Swag 7 in play again.
They're coming. malbsMd wants to try and force the issue. You can see that was a solid util set out of FURIA.
Yes. Made TeamOne actually siphon through some of their own, so both teams not left with a lot here. Now, TeamOne left with 3 smokes, a couple of flashes, and a molly. They could just reinitiate on this B bomb side, and that might be the correct call. It is just Art on his lonesome here. If they're quick on this, and they stick to their guns, Art, he's going to get smoked off, so he's not going to be able to contribute. It might be another retake. Right now, FURIA are not reading the play here.
Oh, he's flashed off. They could have pushed the gap. They haven't, and Art peeks into malbs with ease. He doesn't need to go for the re-peek. Mission accomplished. Sound cue's heard. He knows they're across.
Oh!
No, malbsMd gets eaten. The no-scope connect. Art's just throwing stray bullets into the smoke, and it's actually found frag. Ooh.
Art has a flash here as well. He could flash Banana.
He could. PRT, strong angle, and yuurih, good to trade. Gary will have a weapon upgrade for the remaining 2. Pesadelo's lingering in the smoke. Impact felt. Oh, big from Pesadelo. Didn't account for Serato, and XNS handed a 1v2. Bomb's about half ticked. They will clear him. Elevated position, and yuurih's there again. So close to breaking FURIA, but the same result. That's another one for the CTs. And I mean, how many defusers have I just seen in a row? It feels like I've seen a couple of retakes, and I see 3. Yeah, in the last 4 rounds of play, the bomb's been going down. TeamOne just haven't been able to hold on to it.
This is huge from Art. Like, the fact he gets that first one, he's sticking around. And the fact that they give that to him as well. The smokes, they just have to wait a millisecond longer for them to bloom. The one that he gets no-scope through the smoke is just wild. That's what we expect from Art, just those crazy, crazy frags. And well, there it is. This is TeamOne being what is a little bit broken now. And yeah, they're going to be feeling the heat of this. Down to the pistols.
Huge amount of info for Gary as he dumps his util early. Spotted a lot of action in that second mid walk-up, so this won't come as a surprise. They flashed through that mid-smoke, and Serato's responsible for long. Good angle for it. And he's good only for the 1. Kept very honest by malbs.
They're coming. Oh, they've got this mid to B avenue as well again.
Yeah, they do, except this time it's not Gary's Mag 7, it's Art's AWP. So if you do fancy your chances, which Vinny will be suggesting is a possibility, well controlled. Catches another. Art's been called upon.
Oh, he'll be posted up just in time here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he beat it by a second. Loud about it. Tagged up on the first. Will he re-peek in? He's willing to, and does greet malbs with another shot.
Needs some help though, doesn't he?
Does he? Tagged, body bag, and the rest falls into place. Art's just doing it all.
Yeah, he doesn't need help. What am I talking about? He's got this one. Just styling on him right there. To the pistol, to the orb, to the no-scopes. Yeah, let's get that one done. 14-12 now, and TeamOne, they were on the cusp again. Another map looking good. The driver's seat, they had both hands firmly on that steering wheel. It's never too late. Not in a 14-12 game. They're still able to ruin FURIA here, but you can see he liked that one.
Yeah, that's his kind of signature move there.
The pizzazz.
Oh. Oh, Art's been given another one. Pesadelo felt like he had to make an impact early, and Chad, it is starting to stink of TeamOne once again getting very close to the mark. Just falling at that final footfall. Vinny, aggressive, good for the one. It does look like 2 in the feed in response. Vinny caught elsewhere. Now, the 3v3 should favor the T side, but how often has it actually gone that way?
Yeah, this right now, we can see where the weakness is. It's Gary with the Mag 7 over towards apartments, and the avenue that he's leaving... Hold up, Art doesn't want to let them have any space. Art's just walking out into Banana. Art is just turning this game on its head, and he continues to fight for more.
It's kind of crazy. He's gotten away. Relaxed, chilling, killing, breathing. Art's got more to deliver. Looking for a quick scope in 3, 2, and fires off the warning shot. Caserato's burning. This could fall apart for FURIA. They need to find both. PRT has, and now Gary, the lone A defender. A fake from PRT buys time for this rotate to come in. He's found himself a weapon, a viable one at that, and a kit as well. A kit as well. Where is it, Gary? There it is. Bomb has been planted. PRT with very low HP, going to be putting himself in a prime position for this. Gary to save the FURIA boys. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, little jiggle out of PRT. Plenty of time for this, and patience rewarded. Gary comes up clutch.
Oh, no, 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 he says, grabbing him another one-on-one. Oh, that's to get 15 as well. He doesn't need a lot of kills. That's a lot of impact right there. 15 on the board. TeamOne left scratching their bloody heads.
That's going to get the boys all raring up. They're going to be hyping up their coach.
Oh, dearie me. And look, you can see why Art's going for this aggression, because if he goes here and he dies, they're going to run into the site. They're going to think, okay, it's clear. The AWP has just cleared out top Banana. Caserado being in the back actually got unraveled by then Art playing passively, right? Which is just crazy to think. But he's loving it.
No, no, no. Shake of the finger. A real heartbreaker for TeamOne. You get to see the contrast, the juxtaposition between the two cams.
The pressure on PRT there, like he's going up against the coach in a one-on-one, but he was on 20 HP, right? So maybe evening the playing fields. Here we go. Potentially the final round of play here. Cannot believe FURIA are about to 2-0 this one.
Yeah, they are, because Art's just walked entirely down Banana. He's called the rotate. They're running into a 4-man FURIA stack. Art is playing close-up Banana with an AWP, and Maluki might even go down to this. Look at his push! You shouldn't. You can't. You won't! He's been stopped, and Art being found so deep up Banana might change their plans, Chad.
Maluki's running in single-handedly right now, so the rest will be behind him here, but they can get into B for free, and you know what? That might just signal a 4-man save, because if I'm FURIA, I'm probably not risking a round like this.
Okay, so this is one where Art puts his hands up and says, sorry, boys.
Sorry, guys.
A little horny.
It's worked every point up until now, so can you give me that one?
Not the end of the world, mate.
It does start to become a lot worse if TeamOne want to hunt. Right? If they want to hunt right now, this can become a lot worse, because we're talking 1,400 bottom of the barrel loss bonus for FURIA when the scoreline is going to sit at 15-13.
I see what you're putting down.
So right now, in the next round of play, if a similar thing happens and they go for a save with less than 3 players, they're going to find themselves with no money whatsoever going into the final round of play here.
Yeah, they're showing no interest. It looked like XNS was in a prime position to go looking, but he's just keeping them caged, just confirming no one's walked out towards second mid, no T-steps threat.
You know what this means as well? No Art AWP on the CT side, which has been quite the large factor in being jarring and finding some of these opening kills. So Art will have to operate with a rifle, an M4 instead. So this is a whole change of tune here, and not one that I'm sure Art and FURIA were looking to make.
I don't know what was the signature there from malbsMd or the Q. I think Art was silent and scoped the whole way. Just that sixth sense. Hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you find yourself a whole round, a round-winning frag. Game time.
Oh, he got blocked on the molly. He got blocked on his molly there, so starting to see some wobbles out of TeamOne.
Again, a full 30-round affair against their opposition in the group. And again, it could be just shy of the mark. Let's see. Gary, oh, they're knocking on his door, and he's so blind, he's got nothing. Not a single bullet connected, and that's a real leg up now for TeamOne. They have the spawn, they love this, and they previously like to cut noise in this crossfire. They just sit XNS here, Pesadelo there. See if they find anything else on this fishing mission.
They've segregated the forces, but right now with it being Art and Vinny on one side and yuurih and Quesarado the other, it's almost like pick your poison here. So these bomb sites are still going to be difficult to take, but remember, the loss bonus, bottom of the barrel for this round to play. For the next round, it's only going to be 1900. So whoever gets picked is the goose of the duck, duck, duck. The other two, I think, are going to have to save right now.
Yeah, I mean, you just need a hero moment. Like the positioning alone from TeamOne has forced FURIA to acknowledge a 2v4 in either site they choose, and it's going to be even a 2v5. malbs joining the pack. They're starting their crawl into the site. Quesarado activated. Flash is dumped. yuurih tagged off the line, starts to unload his mag. It's Quesarado that steps up to the plate.
He needs more here.
He does need more. Found over the smoke, a great angle from malbsMd, and that should be it.
Are they going to go for this? Art and Vinny looked like they were considering it. You saw them with Quesarado just staying alive for a second more. Maybe they would have been tempted in, but the conversation's been had about where the bank balance is out. And oh, dearie me. Could be another overtime affair.
It certainly could be.
It's not another 16-14.
I mean, like, does Art get benefit from taking weapons away from them here?
No. No.
So then, yeah, he's not going to go for a little lapse crawl then.
Maybe he just wants the AWP, right? Maybe the AWP exits his direction, but yeah, he shouldn't go for anything here because they just can't. They just can't risk giving away these rifles. That's going to be all they have to operate with. It's going to be the best guns. Might find malbs here, like, very noisy about this. Art more than knows this is coming. Lose one to the bomb. malbs doesn't overstep the mark. Round comes in, and here we go. Round number 30.
Okay, and yeah, as you discussed, FURIA are really working with some leftover coins, a couple of gummy bears.
Vinny can drop a rifle, and Quesarado can buy a rifle. So the only player who won't have a rifle will be Gary.
Okay.
Which we've already been operating most rounds in that fashion anyway, so that's par for the cause.
It's a max 7. It's a full buy for Gary.
But the problem is the utility side of things. And if TeamOne are able to find just that weakness and really restrict the movement of FURIA here, and they can't be as agile, they can't group up, they can't just float over for a gamble stack, that's where TeamOne are going to find FURIA and find the 15th.
Yeah, Gary Archie prioritizing utility, which I think makes a whole lot of sense.
Have a kit.
They have a kit.
Art could even buy one. Art,
treat yourself.
Come on now, that could be important.
This is the last round.
Oh, Art. Okay.
Keep track of that. Chad Burchell will be getting out the BT bat.
Do not peek bat, I think it was in Mr. Scoots' time.
Spend all your money on the last round bat. Doesn't have a similar ring to it, though. So you can see a very nice lineup from Pesadelo for the Molotov into the deep apps.
They put
Boiler.
They put Gary over towards B. They've changed the setup a lot. Art and Vinny are A.
And that's exactly where the boys from TeamOne want to try and push overtime. Vinny, a release of his crouch key, left exposed and flashed. yuurih then called upon. Good for the first.
Needs another.
He does. PRT's taken down Art, so lots on his plate, tagged through by malbsMd's AWP shot. But he lives on. He's surviving as very best he can. The bomb now planted. Gary trying to test the waters of the smoke. A high flash could have been something. Damage onto malbs. TeamOne, a lot of the legwork done here, but malbsMd has fallen. yuurih still in that pit, still a threat. Quesarado's found another, and oh no, TeamOne falls to malbs. What have you got? No kit for FURIA, don't forget. There's one on the graveyard position, and malbs is getting the shots necessary. He can force OT with the clutch. K-Serato, has he got the 10? I think he has. It couldn't get closer. It couldn't have gotten closer. Not another one of these. Not another one of these.
Oh, dearie me.
Extends Plague. They had no idea. We go again. OT. TeamOne say play on. K-Serato's getting his 10-second warning music on.
Gotta make sure that's turned on.
Yeah,
15.
lads, sorry, I hadn't got that on. And it's probably feeling a little hard done by. Didn't have the kit. Could have been scooped up by Gary on the way. Never know.
Lovely player of flops there.
And top of the foot tat. I reckon that's probably one of the most painful places to get it done. So shout out to the masochist on the FURIA cam.
We are going to a break, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I'd hope so. We'll take a quick one and we'll come right back. MR3 16K awaits. OT secured by malbs, and I mean by the most extenuating circumstances. You'll see malbs here go down to K-Serato, and I think 9.5 seconds left on the K-Serato 10-seconder. It does force OT. You see how close that one was to ending in regulation, but FURIA TeamOne, domestic derby, it does continue.
MR3 16K and the AWP back out for Art. So what changed in the final rounds of that game is back out to play.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Chad. Art's going to have AWPs and Gary's going to have a rifle. That's some changes we'll see in the initial 3.
No more Mag 7s.
No more of that. And Art actively contesting for this boost, and he's ready for you. Anyone else? Oh, shy of the mark. malbs was there, swung wide. Vinny collects and responds. You wouldn't push the issue, would you, Maluki? Maluki, the aggressive AWPer, and he's gone and taken down Vinny. Takes a leap out of Art's book, leaping into K-Serato ahead of his team. I think he thought he had more of a gap there.
Brazilian AWPers in this group, they're bringing the excitement back to the AWPers. I think the CIS ones, other than simple, were making us think it was just a save simulator. These guys, combat AWPing every day of the week.
Yeah, you're right. Shiro and Jame right now are like, what weapon is he using? That looks...
I want that one.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Okay, well, 2-on-3, B bomb site.
Yeah, give it a go.
2 players coming up banana. One will be Gary, one will be yuurih. K-Serato locked out right now, but they have so many nades for this and chipped on through the coffins, the smoke, the bullets, they hit, and oh, it's getting shaky now.
He's bought time, and
plenty of time.
Strikes. Now XNS got so much to do, and it's Gary with the headshot. Oh, yeah, I think actually it was just keeping him busy. More than anything else, K-Serato, he kept getting tagged, all that sound. They kept being so focused on him trying to contest that plant. They weren't ready for the double swing out of Banana. We'll see how Art started things off. Really did want to force this. Like you can see, he's holding W as he's hit that shot. He wants to go forward towards the action.
And then the drive-by here by Gary on the way in. They weren't letting go of W either. So big stuff. And away we go again. An extra AUG gets spawned. So Vinny's been gifted an AK-47 instead of that one. How many can FURIA post on this CT side, and how much more awesome, aggressive AWPing can we get out of the likes of Maluki and Art? He had Fallen yesterday putting on a show. It's been fun to witness. It's been fun to see.
Yeah, the South Americans saw the AWP very differently, didn't they, when they first touched Counter-Strike? Wait, you're saying it's a one-shot kill and I can run as fast as everyone else? Sounds OP.
Maluki, again, up close and personal behind this mid-smoke. On the fade here, there's going to be quite the biff top mid. yuurih elevated on the porch. Gary tucked in underneath. And here they come.
Okay, well, PRT breaks through, trying to crack the seal of the site, and yuurih is so threatening. Oh. He's got Gary underneath. He takes another with him. And into the site just in the nick of time. Gary calls for aid. And Rohan will answer.
They're locked in again.
Vinny's behind him. It should be good, and it is. The bomb carrier lost. Maluki to scoop it up. Nade nearly finished the job right there. Vinny had the dunk. 10 HP. And Maluki walks on in. All right, that's 2 in a row for FURIA, starting overtime as strong as they could. And focusing and prioritizing AK-47s for their friends.
Might need the 3-piece feed here as well, though. You think about that first half. FURIA to get T-sided rounds. They had a couple of aggro moves that worked, but malbsMd, in a lot of them, was having 2 to 3 kills with the AWP, right? He had 18 kills in the first half, if I remember rightly. Multi-kills with the AWP was, well, his marching orders for the day.
Yeah, he looked great. I do think TeamOne need a single round. We can't keep FURIA 3 opportunities into the second half here. We do need to see some resistance. Certainly, I mean, the fact that we're in overtime is evidence that they can. Let's just see if the FURIA change-up works for them again. Yeah, yuurih got a lot of pressure on him. Still deals with XNS, commits to the spray, and PRT delivers. Okay, 4 on 4. All is not lost. However, there is a bit of a push, a project for that banana control. Vinny's all the way pushed up, which enables a stack. So there will be 3 here.
Does he flank again, though? Remember, Art got caught out when he went for a crawl. So Vinny, maybe if he's a little bit more patient, waits for a sound cue or 2 more, might be the right play. Flash is set up. They're going towards long again. They've had success here with the mid to Bs. This time it's Art. He's pushed off the line.
Repeat of the flash. Oh, what a turn from malbs. He's got full vision, dude. Quickest of reactions and shots. Another headshot, this time leaving only 2. Gary's alone on the site.
He would need 2 kills here to make this possible for Vinny. Anything less, and well, I think this is the first. malbs with another. He executes up to 24 frags now. And Vinny in a 1-on-4. This one seems unlikely. Just had a quick look, by the way. yuurih, in the T rounds played, managed 1 kill. He currently is sitting at 22. So in the CT side, including overtime here, managed a total of 21 kills.
Yeah, he went 008 or something.
I think, yeah, maybe even 9 or 10,
yeah.
right? He was in that ballpark of almost double-digit deaths. So a huge turnaround here from Vinny in the second half. Not Vinny, yuurih.
Vinny, however, doing as much as he can, which isn't much. Nice headshot into malbs, stopping him from finding another frag. I think 3 is plenty. Oh, and a great Molotov as well. Pesadelo deals with it, and it will be a 2-1 half in our first overtime. Second map, first game of the day. Group D still underway. And some big head-to-heads locked in for today. You get to see Gambit Liquid as the last one
Huge
of the day.
game.
That's going to be huge. I'm looking forward to that. Harry and Hugo going to be shouting about that in the evening. I think they're currently actually competing in the matchmaking game of their own.
Oh,
I just
wow.
saw them both join up.
I wonder if it's ancient.
I'll be checking the scores, see if they're doing well.
Yeah, I think if Elysian Fallen are in anything like the form they were in last night, that is going to be a great game against Gambit here this evening. But let's sink our teeth into this. When TeamOne went for banana control, it didn't work in their favor. So they've gone halfway. Boost up, Quesarado ready, but they've cancelled that, and maybe it was the right call. Another molly waiting to extinguish in case Art needs the help. And I think they're all right. They've been able to hold on to their util here and even reinitiate top banana. So this is looking good for FURIA.
Yeah, that's dreamy. You don't have to use your smoke. You've got the control all the same.
It's just insane to me. Look at all the nades that are used in the first 40 seconds of play between both these teams. Great shot. Maluki's off, strikes again.
Yeah, and Art's completely committed to this. Double opener for TeamOne. That's a B defense if ever I saw one.
And now it's just tail tucked between the legs. FURIA quickly scampering back towards A. But when the double pit setup is in play, how are you meant to break this TeamOne's round?
2 Molotovs and a flashbang, I don't know. I certainly don't fancy your chances, and there they go. Both of them thrown into the smoke. One's pretty good. PRT set up for success. Mo's down at least 2. Could have been 3. Gary stealing that away from him.
Yeah, he doesn't need any of the TKs to be taken away from his frag total right now, poor Gary, does he? But we'll cop one, and we're tied up 17-17. It feels that if any, like TeamOne probably more likely to convert 3-0 on their CT side. I know this isn't their map choice, but they're probably the team in less flux because of the coach factor, where scrambling things together on the fly. I know it's a FURIA specialty, but still not easy to do.
That's who those frames remind me of. I think PRT's got a bit of a Dustin Murray kind of...
I haven't seen Dustin's class in some time.
No, they're similar, like kind of more sport chic. malbsMd fancies his chances. He will be blind, does just pull the trigger in reaction. He has an intention here. He wants to take the fight. Art, chances are he's going to sweep in for the clear eventually. And this is what malbsMd's waiting for. Art's too quick on the draw, and that will spur FURIA in towards the banana. Reactionary util. It's malbs holding onto his smoke. He'll wait for sound cues. There's still so much of the round to be played, but an early disadvantage this time in favor of FURIA. You said TeamOne more likely, certainly. Let's see if they can dig themselves out of the disadvantage.
Looking likely for this B execute right now. Art's actually dropping back, but the rest of them corral top banana. Plenty of smokes, plenty of flashes, plenty of mollies to make this hit work. and it's a 2-2 split. So right now, TeamOne have top mid control, and they know that there's action banana. They're hearing a bit of this. Here comes the set piece.
Yep, off the skyboxes. I hope that's allowed in our rulebook. And here comes the commit. malbs is ready. Gary's not looking. He can disappear off, and that advantage is maintained. It's Vinny posting up like an important frag there. Oh, malbs actually going forward, using the smoke. And as it fades, a chance. The bullets from yuurih are there, though, and it looks good for FURIA's 18th here. Oh, and Art says play on. Okay, 18 is found. TeamOne, whether they want to push us to another or concede in the first OT.
It's a really important head-to-head for Art to have found with the fight with Maluki, right? Like, in terms of AWP head-to-heads, it's not something you see like a lot of, like, in a battle like this, right? But winning out that, both players, Art and Maluki, had 28 kills as this round started. Art walks away with 31, Maluki's left at 28, and I've spoken about how much of a factor he's been on the CT side finding multi-kills with the AWP, so Art's done a great job there, but is it enough? One more round now for FURIA.
See what they've got. That AWP head-to-head could become relevant again. A slither gap held. Maluki keeps himself conservative. All right, well, this is a very telling round. You can see the retake utils lined up. malbs has it. Shouldn't need it or require it just yet. And Maluki, he's very aggressive around that mid-smoke and
should get yuurih here.
You'd think, and he does through the wall to find an opener. A small smirk creeps onto his face as overtime 2 looms.
If they execute B now, it does feel like one of the right plays here. The problem is pesadelo still has a smoke and a molly to defend against this.
Ooh, Vinny's trying to sell it as best he can.
I just don't understand how they're going to get through here, right? So they have the smokes for coffins and CT, but if the molly lands from pesadelo, they will have to run through it without a molly to extinguish. So this is where the issues are right now for FURIA, and they're down a man.
Yeah, pesadelo's util is the separating factor. There's the smoke, there's the incendiary, so they're going to have to walk through that.
I don't know how they can. The cavalry's going to get here. Maluki's coming. The flames are burning. It's going to come down to hitting the shots, FURIA.
Yep, just a 4v5 gun-on-gun action and make it 3. Great aggress from malbs. He wants to go into a second OT. 3 remain. Gary, one of them. They need to clear out all these angles. They're looking the wrong way. An easy multi. Only Gary with 1. And 18-18, we start again. Reset. MR316K, the slate wipe clean. FURIA and TeamOne, truly inseparable.
And the magic number right now, if you're playing at home, is 22. Okay, you get 21. We go again. We'll go to another ad break, and then we'll bring things back for OT number 3. But let's see if these two teams can separate. This is only the first series of the day here. Lots of Counter-Strike to be played, and Group D is one that I don't think anybody's going to be able to predict with ease. Here we go again. Art up banana this time, looking like he wanted to barrel forward. Calls quits on that one. 3 players towards top banana for TeamOne as they fortify B again, and being conservative with the util to stop the hits, right? When they've fought for banana control, that seems to be their undoing. Now that they're just sitting on back and they're allowing FURIA to come to them, they've been looking good in locking it out. Great little flash there. It's instant pops right off that doorway. Beautiful little angle. And this is the question, right? TeamOne, they've been using the arch side on their T side as the crutch of FURIA's defense. FURIA were banking on getting away with kills in banana. Now they're not getting that. Somebody else needs to make a play, needs to find an opener.
Well, I mean, Vinny's setting himself up for like a smoke gimmick. But, I mean, PRT is just going to greet him with an AUG if he tries to round that corner. He is going to be the established lurk of the round. He's got to play his life. Oh, pesadelo's caught one ahead of the pack. He's doing so much on this B defense. Drops his incendiary about that 40-second mark. Now, the CTs haven't moved a muscle, at least on the A side. And Vinny's just poking and prodding on long. That gets them more locked in, you'd think. XNS already starting to want to try and bail himself out. They're playing a double emo setup. I wonder if pesadelo goes first and baits his teammate in a little bit here. So hoping that they won't do a full clear if pesadelo swings out for a bit of contact early. Let's just like this. Now is the time. He wants to commit to this, and they will perhaps not clear it. Now for the denial is malbs. Heads are turned. Bodies are dropping. Oh. He only gets 1. Ew, you'd expect a little more. Smoked out now. Not an easy retake. yuurih's tucked in nicely in the construction. audible from PRT as he advances. Maluki's not the weapon for the job for a retake either.
Yuurih's going through.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to finish the round, and he's behind PRT as well.
What a ballsy play from yuurih. I'm just watching the radar, right? I'm watching the radar because he's in the smoke. You got no idea what he's thinking. And he just edging through the smoke. Like, he goes down and they're ready for that. Well, it's a 2-on-3 retake on the B side. yuurih, the ball's on this man.
You see some of those again in the replay package. He did find, I think, 2 total. And this is his 3rd push for the Maluki AWP.
Right here, he's got 3 kills in 1 T round. Remember the first T half?
Oh, touche, yeah.
1 kill. So yuurih just with a slow start here. We can completely forget about that. Straight down mid we go. Miss Molly flubbed PRT. You are now in such a weird spot.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Your team have kind of screwed you here. PRT left in limbo. He still collects, as did Pesadelo again. A persistent threat on Banana. Looking like TeamOne can tie this one up here.
How did that end up working in their favor?
I'm not quite sure.
Because he wants to push down all that way into the little corner and then peek on out. So TeamOne set for their first round in double OT. Unless Vinny and Hart are able to change this conversation. That frag felt like a must. Bullets through the boards. XNS down to 73, but I don't see how you win this one.
Wow, Alt handed a bit of a dud hand.
What's that, like 2 4s? Or like a...
Honestly, I don't play poker enough to know.
Okay.
There's something about a river, a floppy river.
There's the flop, there's the river.
And then there's the,
I think it's the turn.
ocean. The turn,
I think it's
of course.
the turn.
Yep.
But I don't, that's probably not the right order.
Honestly, every time I have, because there's a bit of a crossover between gamers and poker players.
Yeah, like PTR.
Yeah.
Shaguar.
Shaguar.
He's a famous one.
But,
very famous.
Yeah, precisely. What up now? Swedes, woo. But whenever they do their tweets about poker, it's a foreign language to me. It must be like reading my gamer tweets as my mum.
Sure.
You know? Like, oh, their CT defense of Inferno. They talk about, oh, I got a double A on the flop, but then matched it with a D double KK, TRK. I don't know what they're using. It's just acronyms. Art's having a look, and that's the end of that. 19-19.
Okay, well, the intensity level when Art's left in a 1-on-4 situation like that is not at its highest. And I think for this round right here, it needs to be a little bit more intense for FURIA. Maybe an all-in, right? Maybe just something a little bit Randy Rick.
Yeah, I want to give some credit to Pesadelo as well, because coming into this OT, his B site has been tested, and so far, he hasn't failed. He hasn't buckled under the pressure and scrutiny from FURIA. He's been good for that opening frag. Two rounds in a row now. Let's see what FURIA's plans are for our final round of their attack.
Just stroll up mid, yeah, this is the difference. And pop flash through, like have a real gear shift change here, and that's what they're going for. Nade on the nose, damage done, but they are, cancelling. Softened up. I think the nade was enough to stall them out there. You would have loved that mid play. You can see how much room they're being given. Already defensive flashes from Maluki so his teammates can clear out this long side. And they're able to say, well, yeah, it was all a little bit of a ruse. Art not operating with a T-side AWP here, so let's see, can Maluki have a field day? He's actually playing in the pit with the AWP right now, so this is a completely different look out of him.
Pit AWP?
Yeah, it's not bad to pivot, but it's high intensity shots, high risk shots.
I like the gap the PRT's trying to work with. There's a chance Art's not ready for this, and well, PRT's first bullets are successfully sticking around for more, and that greed could cost him a little too close to the sun.
Oh,
and now the site is open for business. It wasn't far from the Kalachan. The rotate's on its way. The smokes, however, will keep them at bay. They're kind of channeled through short.
Safe plant from Vinny here
Gap
means at least they'll get it down. Oh, Gary needs to be careful. That's a one and done spot. It's not a bad spot.
But he has a flashbang as well. Like, let's get some use out of that. Maybe flash Vinny through this. Oh, never mind. Don't need a flash. He'll just push for it. Pesadelo down. It's malbs still a threat. Both of them starting to close the gap. yuurih just has to play for his life here and still poking. Just punishing any turned heads. malbs does not have the HP for this, and yeah, finished off. They'll take 20. A single round separating them as we head on into the swapped sides. Time to see TeamOne's attack. Okay,
well, the Arch side was the problem. Right? We saw multiple rounds that they were able to get through long. They were able to chill within Arch CT spawn, wait. I think,
But didn't we see them try and respond to that with the 3-man A, Art over A, Gary
that
on
was
B.
the last
that was
round,
their, like,
right? Yeah, I think what they could do right now if they really want to change the whole conversation, because they're getting banana control, right? They're having no problems getting banana control. What they could do is try and have a bit more of an apartment-centric setup, or have like a mid-focus setup where you boost on porch, you boost on that little ledge just there as well, have multiple members set up. Well, this works too. This works.
As it fades. I mean, Pesadelo, he's doing his due diligence. He's staring at it, but it's all about timing. And if Pesadelo is lining up smokes, he could be a sitting duck for an opener here. It's a question of timing. Yuurih's best judgment, the only separating
Peeking
factor.
now.
And there's a couple around the corner. The bomb carrier, the AWPer. Maluki's down. Keisarato's got 2 on his plate. Deals with the first. Ready for the snack that is Pesadelo. Does tuck in, playing the angles, playing the time, ready to re-engage. 5 versus 3, chat. They do need a hero moment. malbs is trying to keep the CTs honest at B.
Bomb is going back towards B. PRT was able to pick that up. Pesadelo was able to get out of mid as well. So crisis averted with at least their members staying alive and keeping their health.
Indecision, though.
Yeah, it looks like it has to be B, right? We've got a smoke. You could throw that towards spawn and just get the flashes in and hope that you isolate Art, who is on an island right now. Vinny is not close enough to help contend this.
Yeah, he's still clearing out CT spawn, so...
If Art misses, okay.
Fine, absolutely fine. It reeks of 21. Oh, but there's the miss. And that potential starts to return to our screens. And another one, need to kill him. And they have. He bought time, rotates in. Plant not going to be questioned initially. Needs to take a big chunk out of PRT. And they know where Pesadelo is too. Poor guys, poor souls. Just, yeah, pulled apart here.
Final round right now. FURIA can do it. Just one more. They have 2 chances to do so.
Does it get more heartbreaking than pushing OT with a 0.5 second defuse and then losing? Does that make it better or worse?
I think it makes it worse.
Okay.
Yeah, because we fought so hard. We got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter.
Rest in peace, Chester.
Profound lyrics. Okay. Come on now, TeamOne. You've given it a crack.
Oh, Maluki needs some sort of safe haven.
This nade could be done.
Oh, he lives on, down to 22. Those aren't far off. Art's got the lineup. Even walking through the half wall feels like a risk. Double nade onto his legs. His teammate Molotov now need an extinguish. He has tried to save his life, get CSGO'd a little. Now Pesadelo wants to turn up the heat. He wants to push in. I mean, you need a smoke. They've got a smoke. Art's still going for flamboyant no-scopes. And oh, Maluki caught out on the Keisarato coffin. Peak, needed that.
2 to find.
This is it. 2 frags separating FURIA from the 2-0. TeamOne so far. So close at times. And a 2v4 does seem like a little too much of an ask. Good chance, XNS, that's the first. And Art with a miss, if PRT could just deliver, they're starting to recover. Chad, a fake. Pressure from the coffins, PRT can play evasively and has. XNS aware and alert, they've got time to play with this. Gary's a component of this 2v2, he could be exploited. They're peeking now, Gary, damage!
The damage!
So much damage, double dink. Yuurih just to knock him down, the spray will do it. Heartbreak central, TeamOne again. Close but no cigar, and it is FURIA. They smoke him.